What are you doing? Hold on. Don't pick at my blueberries. I don't want your grubby hands in my blueberries. I brought you a gift. Your own blueberries this morning, Coach. Congratulations.
Thank you so much. I put
those
a little
those are your
mixture in
blueberries. All right. Don't say I never gave you anything. Here we go. Victory shot here on a Monday.
Cheers.
Mike Vrabel, head coach. Congrats.
Thank you.
Tournament is set to get underway here.
Yes.
As you said yesterday.
We had some heat on it.
Yes, it did. Yes, it did.
More cayenne.
Yes, it did. Nice to have Milton Williams and Will Campbell back.
We'll take everybody that we can get back.
Yeah. Okay.
Mike, talk about, I know you said it's when you start, you guys are in the dance. But do you explain to some of these guys the difference in just the level of play from the regular season into the postseason on how it seems like it goes to a whole nother level, whether it's paying attention to details, just the little things?
There'll be a lot of things that we'll talk to them about this week, but we didn't have that conversation last night. Didn't figure most of the things I say last night they're going to really remember. So there'll be a lot of things that we'll have to focus on, and we'll have to do the things that we've done up until this point and just do them a little bit better. And I don't think you can, jerk the wheel and we just have to keep doing the things that we've been doing, do them a little better, get special teams to get us a play, try to, help fill position. But like you mentioned, it's all the little things that could end up turning the tide here with a turnover or a situation play at the end of the half, anything like that.
Do you feel like, for you then, all right, this being my second go-around as a head coach into the postseason, are there things that maybe I'm going to do a little bit different in years past?
No, not other than try to win. What? There's no secret formula. We'll have to prepare. We'll have to get to know these guys. It's a team that we don't know. It's one that we're not familiar with. They they played some of these guys last year. We'll just have to get started with our preparation. We're on a normal schedule. We didn't have to move anything up to Tuesday.
We were talking about this earlier. They were talking post-game about you in Tennessee and that you were known as a bit of a hard ass and that maybe you adjusted kind of your approach to coaching this year. Did you? Was that intentional? Did you do that? Do you feel like you're?
You'd have to ask the people in Tennessee. I don't know.
Yeah.
I try to be authentic. I try to be as honest as I can with the players. I try to make a connection with them. Try to put good people around them. But I had good connections and tried to hold people accountable and still coach them and teach them and care about them the same way. And probably had better moments than others. I think we all kind of have better moments than others. And I think the thing I keep going back to is just not taking these opportunities for granted. When you don't have something and you aren't, you don't have the ability to play, you get, as a player, you get released or whatever, or as a coach, you get let go. I think you value the next opportunity.
First 3 touchdown game for Ramondre Stevenson in his career. When you go back to the beginning of the season, people wanted to ship him out of town. Every time we asked you about him, you were so supportive, and you continued to play him, even though a lot of people said don't. To see the narrative change, a 180 for him, is that the work that he's put in, the support that you've given him, or the coaching staff that you have around him?
I think that's, again, we always come back to these questions, and it always falls on the player. Ultimately, they're responsible for their success, which nobody's happier for Ramondre or anybody in our team that makes plays or improves. I know the coaching staff works extremely hard on these things and the details, and it was great to see him go out and have success and be excited, and his mom was there, and those are fun things. It's why you coach. But when a player has success, there's going to be some teaching and some coaching that helped, but the large majority of that is going to fall on the player.
But I think the one thing that it is falling on the player, but it's also the coach giving him another opportunity. and not banishing him to the gulag or the doghouse. And I've been around coaches like that. You have. How do you
been banished many times?
I mean, believe me, I'm talking. But how do you walk that fine line of being like, okay, guys made a couple of mistakes, similar mistakes where he's fumbled the ball, put it on, but we're still gonna give him a little bit of a leash versus see you later.
Yeah, I guess you guys would just have to go through those experiences and try to figure out what's best for the team. That's all I try to do.
Well, on that, you have been a very strong, players coach, so to speak, and being very protective and, I think publicly taking blame and defending your players in most cases. When you were asked about the off-the-field stuff with Steph Diggs and Barmore, obviously not getting into the specifics of the allegations, you said you weren't disappointed, which was just, it hit me. I was shocked when you said that. I mean, can you give me a little bit background about why? I mean, that would seem to be disappointing to any coach that your players are in those situations.
No, we're just trying to get ready for this week and focus and do our best. You can see that the team is able to handle, distractions. It's hard to eliminate them. It's about how you handle the distractions, whatever those may be.
But if the distractions are brought on by those players, wouldn't that be disappointing?
Well, if these things are happening every day, we have a family, we have a team, and we're going to try to do our best here to support each and every one of them and what they need, and also get ready for the Chargers.
Diggs was obviously very emotional after the game yesterday, hitting that 1,000-yard mark. For that to come off of a week that he's had, but also an ACL injury, like how impressive is that for him to be able to handle everything going around, quiet the noise, and be able to hit that milestone?
Again, these guys are focused, and I appreciate that. They, with older players, they get a routine, and I appreciate, Steph has a routine. I think it was cool to see Matt Collins talk about the routine and Chiz that he helped him create. And then, hopefully we can have these little pockets of guys. And again, we have a leadership committee, and I think there's probably 12 guys on that, and there's position groups are represented. And I just asked each of them, I said, between you guys and me, if we can all reach 4 other people or players, we'll have the whole team canvassed, right? So hopefully we can find 4 or 5 guys that either hopefully out of our position group and try to spread that out, to spread the message and the leadership. And but I think that's what Diggs has done is tried to be a great leader and also create a routine and stay motivated each and every week. Some weeks there's 10 targets and there's 9 catches, and other weeks there's 3 targets and 3 catches. And so that's been really good to see. We've talked about that receiver room. They're all trying to take advantage of the opportunities and spread the ball around.
Big incentive day yesterday. Courtney brought it up, but Diggs, Hunter Henry, is that my mind goes to, is that one payment direct deposit, like the $500,000? Like, how does that work?
I don't know.
Is that right in the immediately?
I'm not cutting the checks.
Okay,
if I was cutting the checks, I wouldn't be on this show.
Didn't know
If
how
I was
that
cutting the checks, I'd be owning the show.
You get
Back
up this
when you got
morning,
your incentives, was it one check or was it direct deposit?
I had a
always
lot of
think
play
that.
time.
I thought
But they
the same
paid
thing.
me to play.
I'm just curious because obviously you've won 3 Super Bowls as a player for this team. You're entering the playoffs on it with a team that doesn't have a lot of playoff experience. How much do you bring up or lean on your experience as a linebacker in these games as opposed to entering it just as the coach?
I think I'll just try to draw on all the different experiences and try to put together a message. I don't want to be like, well, when I played or when Wiggy played, I do try to stay away from that. I know they give me a hard time about that, but I think just trying to formulate, some of the attention to detail and how you just not really sure what play, maybe that blocked field goal yesterday could have been the play that's going to make the difference, or the end of the game or the kick at the end of the half. Those are the things that we have to talk about, and not, maybe my own personal experience as a player, but trying to mold it and shape it in one that it'll resonate and how it hits their mind and helps them understand the importance of each and every play.
As a player, maybe, was there anything that Belichick did that you entered a game feeling like we have an edge here? We've been prepared this way. I know that Martz or Cowher or someone else is not going to have his team as ready as we are going into this game on Sunday.
I'm sure that was the case. I just don't really recall specifics. But I'm sure, I mean, we always felt like we were prepared, whatever that was situationally or, maybe from a personnel group or scheme. We always felt prepared, but it's hard to just remember and draw on specific examples.
Looking ahead to Sunday night, what are the challenges that this team presents?
Well, this is a physical football team with, they're a big football team, big linemen. They got a big defensive lineman that plays fullback, and the defense is good. They play a good, very good style of football. Defensively, they make it hard on you. A bunch of different mixed quarters coverages. The quarterback is good as anybody. Can scramble. Is tough. Can make the throws. So some good big receivers. So it'll be a big challenge to get going on these guys and like I said, learn who they are and try to put a plan together.
You talk about your leadership group and this team's identity. The one thing that, at least from afar that I look at, and how grateful are you as a coach that you do have a team where it's about the team goal and not the person or the individual goal of the player that might be more important at times. How grateful are you that you're able to get this team to buy into that?
Well, that's a fine line, right? Because without production, we're not going to be any good. Mm-hmm. So it's just getting them to, we talked about chasing wins and not plays. And if we make the right plays in order for us to win, you'll have made every play that you needed to make, as opposed to chasing plays. Hey, should I run this route how I think I should run it, or how the offensive play needs me to run it? Or, hey, should I do this on defense because I think it may help me, or, hey, I've got to do this on defense because it is going to be helpful in the play. So that was the mindset a few weeks ago, and I feel like we've tried to carry it over, and I think you've seen that in turn the right plays are the ones that are going to help us win.
Speaking of running, turned the motor on yesterday to get down the sideline, call that timeout. Something, you still got it.
I'm waiting for that plantar fascia to tear so I can feel better. I cannot get it to tear.
No, you can't get it to happen?
No.
Be careful. You don't want that.
Wait, you want it to tear?
Yes, because they say that's the only way it feels better.
Oh,
That sounds terrible.
That's
it does, but it can't feel as bad as
you
it
need
does
the.
right now.
Why don't you go for the orthopedics? Like I don't look at me like I'm wearing orthopedics.
Greg has the slip-on Skechers.
Yeah.
it's tough to sprint in Air Force Ones.
Well, I'm not sprinting anywhere, clearly, so I'm impressed by it every time I see you do it. And then obviously a little bit bothered, I guess, by the OPI call when it came to Hunter Henry.
We had talked about that in practice. I think we just have to do a really good job of, I think when you get two hands on, whether that guy's pressed or not, these are the things that they're looking for. And so they're looking for the mechanics. And I just think that he has to have his outside arm free or inside arm, whichever way. So I think you run the risk of when you have both hands on the guy, even though he's creating contact with you, I think they're going to probably look at those.
It was great to have Will Campbell back yesterday. I know after the game you said you thought he played well. He, after the game, said he never wants to play for another coach besides you. I know that you put everything on the players, but the impact that you've made in the locker room, do you feel that gravity that these players are really not just playing for themselves, but playing for you?
Well, I hope so. I mean, I enjoy coaching them. I do. And I try to, again, just come in every day, be consistent. They probably get tired of me after a while, but that's okay. I enjoy the group. I enjoy coaching them. I enjoy watching them improve. I enjoy watching them come together. They have their little inside jokes, and if they're making fun of me, then I'm glad that they're at least paying attention and they're listening in the meetings. And, so there's a good banter that we have and a good workflow that we have.
Is Drake May the most valuable player in the NFL this year?
Yes, he is.
Yes, he is. Yes, he is.
Mike, you
We dropped a
oh,
blueberry.
you got to get a
Oh
blueberry.
man,
These are amazing.
Aren't they great?
You-
Really fantastic.
You talk about
You win Sunday night. I'll get you
These are
a
good.
whole other package of them.
those are organic.
I
you're
get you a
wolfing them
whole
down. They're
truckload
good
of
for you,
them.
though. You talk about playing in the postseason and teams and that you're playing against. And when you play against a coach like Harbaugh, who's been there, Harbaugh, who's been there before, what kind of problems does he present for when you're going into a game against somebody
I
like
think
that?
they have a specific style, and their style is built for the postseason. And you know what I mean? They play good defense. They're physical. They don't beat themselves, and those are things that you have to understand.
Michigan guy must not be a big fan. Do you ever have your paths cross with Jim Harbaugh?
I mean, not as a player.
Right.
No,
He's older.
he is a little older. Yeah, no, not as a player, but great family, good football family, excellent coaches, and they're good for the game. And he obviously loves football, and I'm excited to prepare our team.
First home playoff game here in 6 years, and you've talked a lot about the fans this season. So you're, I'm sure, expecting that they are here,
Fully expecting.
fired up,
Start
and ready
early.
To go on Sunday.
Start early
get it
and,
going early.
Yeah, and have fun.
Okay, all right.
They've been great. They've traveled. I forgot how well they traveled. I think that's the thing that's been probably the most exciting about our fans. I know they're going to come here and they're going to yell, but it's just cool to be on the streets or when we pull into the hotel and there's fans around the hotel. There's fans as we pull up to the stadium. So that's been that was different for me.
When you guys are playing during the regular season, you guys were exceptional on the road. So do you give credit to that, to the fact that fans traveled so well?
I included that as part of the overall package for the Road Warriors.
Because when Wiggy talks postseason, he says it's a different animal as a player, but the home field advantage really strikes Wiggy. Does that happen for you as well? Are you happy that you're starting at home?
Yeah, I mean, I think that we're happy that we're starting at home. Of course we are. Yes, absolutely.
You know the one thing that I really I sit here and I listen to you talk about, and I wonder when you give this message to the players how important it is that they get it, is like being present within that moment and enjoying the journey and not overlooking something, because we all get to a point when we're done where we're like, damn, I should have been in the moment.
You better not take anything for granted.
Yeah.
You want to address the fellas? Is that what you're asking?
No.
I don't think he was trying to do that.
I'm just,
Could he?
I'm
I
not
think
saying
just trying to
that.
take things
Could
for
he though?
granted.
I mean, is there an opportunity? Is there time?
Well, we'll have alumni days in the summer. Training
I'd
camp.
rather be in the summer anyways, the warmer weather.
Is there like a half an
Alumni
hour?
days in the summer.
Half an hour this week? That coach,
Half an hour.
I don't need the summertime is, but I mean the way that I think as a player, as a former player, like those are the things that you now reflect on. Like I should have been more present in the moment.
I couldn't agree more.
Right.
I try to tell them all the time that you can't take things for granted. There's been instances in each of our lives throughout this season that we may have took something for granted, and try not to do that on the football field because you only get so many opportunities. So I appreciate them having done that most of the time, and we'll try to keep getting that message home.
Well, it's a really impressive turnaround.
Well, thank you
and,
so much.
Hope you get a minute or two to stop and think about that before you get right back to work.
No, probably not, but that's okay. We're
Take
happy.
videos. Videos are always cool now. I wish we had more videos
We
back
do
there.
have an amazing content team. They are
Take good videos.
Very
they
good.
don't miss a trick.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
we get a lot of things filmed, and it's impressive the work that they do. So again, just a lot of great efforts from everybody to make this product work.
No naps.
Yeah, no naps. Yeah. Well, we
You want to
appreciate.
trademark that?
Yeah.
Yes. There you go.
I'll
All right.
help you.
Hey,
you know?
listen.
guys.
Thanks. Congrats, and we'll look
luck,
forward
brother.
to Sunday night.
Get some T-shirts. No naps.
I know, I'm napping a lot, but I'm glad you aren't.
No naps. All right. That is Mike Vrabel, head coach of the New England Patriots.